It's not human to be seen by everyone all the time.
100%.
Right?
100%. Yeah.
And here we are, talking with the camera. Talking with the camera. Well, how did we meet, Cindy? Actually.
Oh my goodness, how did we meet?
Yeah, how did we meet? You tell me.
Oh,
do you remember?
Goodness, was it through? Oh, goodness, I feel like this is where like I forget the anniversary, and then like there's a whole breakup.
It was like
and a fight.
yeah, I'm screaming. It was 2 years ago.
Was it not through the Arts Expeditions where we did a little quick and dirty sort of collaborative, impromptu, casual performance?
What was the thing in your artistry you think that like you've discovered over the last couple of years because of the pandemic or like the time?
Yeah. The pandemic really allowed me to branch off into a level of my artistry and even my selfhood that I hadn't really tended to, because, you know, I was very much so like a little too immersed in hustle culture where I was like, I have to keep going, I have to keep doing on to the next. You know, the burnout was real. It really became clear to me that time is of the essence. Yes. Are we gonna get charged for that? But like time is like my time and my energy is sacred just as much as everyone else's time and energy is sacred. And so how can I expect myself to be present in a process if I'm drained, if I'm not, you know, able to give my full self? Yeah. Because that hinders a process, you know, not being available, not being able to reciprocate, you know, energy. Yeah. And help build, you know, camaraderie, dialogue, a shared language base. Mm-hmm. Leveling with expectations. Yeah. Leveling with emotions. And leveling with progress, you know, as well. Like, progress is not, and success as well, is not one thing. You know, success could be, you know, just like taking a day off. Like, that's progress. Like, wow, I actually took a day off. I did nothing. And you can't ever really do nothing. Like, what is doing nothing? Being real. Like, quite honestly, though.
We've confused success and visibility.
Oof.
And, you know, like, to be seen is the success, the most, you know, if you're really out here, then, you're clearly successful. And I mean, like, social media is a beautiful thing, but I think that also is what the trick of social media has, like, done to us as artists in the last, like, 10 years is being like, right, be seen, create. And it's just like, good things take time.
Yes. Yeah.
And like, what a gift, again, in like a very tense time that we as artists, we got time to discover good things.
Yes.
You know?
And I find it so interesting that you're bringing up the point of visibility, because visibility can be scary. There's more room for vulnerability. And, you know, you have like a little bit less control about how you're being seen or what you want to say if you're just making yourself constantly available. So if anything, it's also a thing of self-preservation to be more clear and more specific about visibility and success, you know, so that you're able to be a sustainable artist. Not only sustainable artist, but also sustainable person. Human, exactly.
Because it's not normal.
No.
It's not human to be seen by everyone all the time.
100%.
Right?
100%. Yeah.
And here we are, talking with the camera. Talking with the camera. This project is a expansion and sort of like a sequel of a project that we've just done.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Not that deep.
So fulfilling. So enriching.
Which has keeps on giving beautiful things. So there is a sense of visibility, you know, that you are interacting with right now in that project. And sort of going into this one, what are you negotiating when it comes to sort of like you as an artist and the way that you are presenting the projects that you are choosing to do specifically with this one?
When I think about visibility now, I think about letting go. And allowing myself to just experience life fully. And that translates into, again, like working and collaborating and connecting with people with intention, you know, and recognizing that I don't necessarily have to be the best, let alone good at something to enjoy it, you know? By virtue of just doing the things I love, I'm seeing myself. I'm able to like encounter myself and see and really like feel my being, you know, because I think self-care really manifests in nurturing, like, you know, my inner child, because like there's a lot of healing to do there, and so like in order to be able to see my inner child and to see myself, it's really just about like, okay, do what you love, and it doesn't have to be the most extravagant, elaborate, you know, success story, whatever that means. It can just be a matter of like, oh my goodness, I got out of the house and I you know, had a picnic with Misha today. And that's like, you know, meeting me where I'm at and meeting the people where I'm at too. I learned a lot about myself, I think, through Not That Deep. I think it was what I was saying to you before. I was like, oh my goodness, I can do this, and there's a lot there's a lot in me that I can trust, and I can trust myself, but I can also trust the people in the room to like hold me with a degree of like grace as well, and encouragement and empowerment. And just being in the room with all the collaborators was so special.
Yeah,
you enabled, like, you created this thing, and you garnered a lot of interest, like people even DMing me being like, where can I buy a ticket, right after it's sold out. I'm like, wow, like the energy that you built around Not That Deep was spectacular. And so curious.
I mean, okay, sure, me, but also like I would say collective energy. Like I'm, you know, I mean, you know, I've said this to you / just in general all the time, like in terms of my mantra, like if I'm eating, the whole village is eating. Like I'm very much that person where I'm like, amazing to like, yeah, interesting that we're sort of like meditating on visibility, because like for me, sort of as a, you know, starting out as a performer into filmmaking, like I'm like, how can I make myself visible through the stories that I want to tell and write, but also by using other muses and people and like giving them literally a frame of visibility, if that makes sense. My intention always with art process things, and with that film that has now launched us into like expanding the world and getting to make this film, is that like I'm like, how can I make these emotions, this question, these people, like how can I bring visibility to this dynamic? How can I bring visibility to this couch? No, people will laugh because the movie poster is a couch.
One of the things that also drew me to Not That Deep was your interest in the mundane, and I put air quotes in it because it's like the mundane doesn't have to be something drab or dry. It's something that's just organic, for lack of a better word. Meditative. I love that. Meditative.
Yeah.
And I remember, I believe one of the audience members at the screening was like, wow, I loved how it was just like a story about intimacy in its like simplest form, and it's not like a story about, you know, a strong black woman or you know, these tropes that we tend to see put on black bodies. It was just like two beings going through life and going through, you know, the motions in a very real and dramatic and mundane way. Yeah. And so again, it's giving visibility, like you said, to people, but also stories that seem the most simple, but also the most overlooked.
Yeah.
which I think is really special. And I think you're even diving deeper into with this next iteration of the film, which is really exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited because it was a happy accident, right? Like it's a happy accident, a beautiful invitation, a divine appointment, all of the things. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, because like in sort of the way that maybe Not That Deep was scary to you, like in this sort of iteration, at least for me, it's really exciting to work with the same people and keep on building on sort of like this relation, like the relationship that's like in front of the camera, because it's a film about a relationship, but also like getting to build on our relationship and like the, you know, like the relationship with like Jared and sort of like all of the collaborators that we have like in the film. Like I'm really excited about like now there's more of a shorthand creatively, right? Where
agreed.
And I was even, you know, before I came to see you, I was like having a conversation with Jared, our Amir, our lovely, beautiful, sparkling Amir, and I was just saying that like writing this script is easier because I have had the privilege to see how you guys sparkle, and that's just so juicy as a writer, like let alone a director, but like as a writer to be like, what a beautiful opportunity we have to really sort of show strengths, and also there's enough safety now in the relationship to also discover more things, because I mean, let's talk about you and Jared's chemistry for a second.
What was the inspiration behind the project?
Oh gosh. Okay, so elevator pitch. I mean, it's loosely based on real events, but in terms of like creatively, I was at a point where I just wanted to challenge myself with like a really immersive way of storytelling. I'm from the world of opera, and one thing that opera taught me was how to storytell immersively. So when I sort of like got the idea for the script, I was like, how can I make this not basic? I was like, I know, let me do 17,000 things and write an EP as well. So yeah, like it was, and I just wanted to sort of pose the questions of like, you know, modern dating is so weird and vague and sometimes. And I think at the time that I was writing it, it was one of those things where I was like, what is deep? What isn't deep? Are the really small instances like that and interactions that we have with people, how much impact do they have on our hearts? Which is why sort of the story is kind of vague. You don't really know how long they were together and then like how much time passed. Like it's all sort of like vague.
The element of dance, that's the representative of the subconscious, of the internal story of like both of these characters, right? So there's two kind of major dance duets, and then one that's sort of more like movement based, and you guys aren't really doing anything, it's just sort of like concept.
Yeah, at this point, I just feel like bad that we made C do it like a million times, but I just feel like Jared is fantastic, and my vote is for him.
Yeah.
And I feel like we'll get over it. He only had to do it 2 times. That's okay. Like,
He'll be fine.
I just wanted to give us a bit of a break to deliberate, and I'm eating right now. But how is everybody feeling so far?
Right now, Cindy, you are feeling more than, correct?
Don't ask me. I think today with
giving eyes today, child. I said, wait a second, with that gold chain.
Wait, was that choreography or improv?
choreo.
That was choreo?
Yeah.
With the steps and everything?
Yeah.
That you made them do?
Yes.
Wow, Sabrina, you did not hold back.
Let's throw some vibes. Let's throw some density. Anyways, I like the way he approaches it. And when I kind of imagine your body next to his and what I know of your body and your nuances, Cindy, I go, oh God, like I would be the luckiest choreographer in the world to be able to pair these two together, you know? And then I was also mentioning to Mitra, like, you guys are both out of, did you hear how my voice just cracked? You guys are both out of UFC. So I don't know. I think there's just like some similarities maybe in the training.
Shorthand.
There's something there that I'm like, yeah. Also Reese's and Pieces, like how great. Like, oh God, I think it would be wonderful.
Yeah, there's a lot of like air in I don't know, like in his between his joints. That is, I don't know, that's a really weird and specific
Why not
thing, but I love it when there's like, you can see like the space in the limbs that make them look longer than they are, or that makes the movement continue out. So yeah, it was very exciting to see that, actually. Yeah, he's a great dancer. I was quite impressed, not gonna lie.
Okay, Jared. Let's go Bachelor number 3. Let's go Bachelor. We're rooting for you. We are all rooting for you.
So moved aside and let me hit your feet because it was easier to walk all over me and have me.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so nice to officially virtually meet you.
From the moment you met, or like the first time that I got to see you folks dance together, and like me and our lovely, beautiful choreographer Sabrina Naz just being like, it's creepy, right? Like it's creepy how in tune, having really known each other maybe for like what, a couple of weeks at that point.
Yeah, honestly,
I was like, this is wild, but also amazing. We've like hit the jackpot in terms of like casting, you know. And then also, again, like I feel like it's sort of it's the theme that we've been meditating on this whole entire conversation, is this thing of like getting to deepen that now, having almost a year of you folks like working together, like you said, like it's just so delicious and exciting for me as a director, because it's just like y'all already have your own shorthand. Between everyone, we have each other's shorthand,
totally,
and just honestly getting to see you two on screen together, discovering together, finding moments together, like totally. Is just gonna be so so fun, so fun, and just like what a treat for the audience. Like get ready.
On today's episode of The Search for Amir, amazing, incredible, these headshots. He's 20. Yo, if he can grow a beard, maybe. He's 6 feet. That's nice. Give us. Okay, he's got a nice deep voice. This is a lot. Pray for me. Do you know Cindy as well?
I don't know Cindy. Is this the lead?
This is the lead. This is our beautiful, capable, very talented lead. Yes, he's incredible. I would have thought that you guys would know each other by way of like the dance world, but no.
Yeah, I'm in and out. I keep a low profile.
Right. Got it.
Thanks, Adam.
What?
Your name?
Oh no, that's not mine.
I'm Lisa.
Amir.
Not Adam?
Your name?
Oh no, that's not mine.
I'm Lisa.
Amir.
When you hear the title Sweeter Blue, like what does that sentiment mean to you right now?
I think about how loss can be quite like the tragedy, but also the necessity. How losing someone, a person, a thing can actually lead one to find themselves. I'm going to acknowledge the moment, the thing, the person that may not have done me any good, rather than running away from said thing. And so it's just a thing of like, okay, let me just taste all, like the full spectrum of this experience, rather than focusing on one side of it.
Wow, that's lovely. That is gorgeous. That's such a gorgeous sentiment. Because, wow, like you're making me discover things about this title. In the way, it's true, the full spectrum, right? Because blue does not taste like, I know we're being so abstract, but like, well, you said artists suck, so yeah, fucking.
Like artists.
Yeah, but like, like blue does not taste like one thing. Blue is not bitter, blue is not sour, blue is not sweet. Or is it, you know?
And there's even a thing about how, like, I'm pretty sure there's no food that's like truly blue, if I'm like really thinking about it.
Let's go, yeah.
So there's also something about something weird about or interesting about that, like the shades of blue, even.
Ambiguity.
Hey.
No, 100%. Like I think I mean, listen, that's why the title is what it is, because again, in relationships too, right? Like what, like our emotions, grief, the dynamics of a will they, won't they sort of relationship, it's not tangible. There's no real place that you land, you know. And I think and with that title and the way that we're going to be exploring the subject matter of like connection, healing, grief, intimacy, I think the title really like sums it up, because people are like, Sweeter Blue, what the heck does that mean?
When I was like really in the depths of like, okay, I gotta do, and feeling like I had to earn life, I had to earn the opportunity to just live and be.
Right.
A dear friend of mine, her name's Ashley, I'll shout her out. She said, how do you expect to create art about your experience if your only experience is dance, is creating, is like being in a studio? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, how am I gonna create a work about just like sitting in a studio and like grinding? Like that's not relatable.
There's something in that for the people who are in studios. Like there's the relatability of that. But
but you know, there's also like community is built in other ways, living is built in other ways, and so it's refreshing to hear that reminder again coming from you, because it's like,
oh my gosh, he's coming. Hi. Hi. He's so cute.
Oh my god. See, like, just coming outside and seeing a dog, like, that's inspiration right there.
I know. Very cute. Having done work on film now, this time around, what's your favorite thing about production so far that you discovered? Ooh. And what is something that you're very much looking forward to, like, from a technical aspect, or like, you know, sort of very tangible one?
I love the rehearsal environment. I was speaking to you earlier about how my dance training may seem in some ways limited to folks, but I feel like the reason why I was able to grow at the pace that I was is because I just loved like taking things on and collaborating with people and just learning by watching other people. I am really excited to learn, you know, a little bit more about nuance and like how I can act with nuance simply by just watching and practicing and like reciprocating, you know, energies with Jared and being that like the cast and things are being a lot more pared down. I find that incredibly exciting, because there's more room for detail and for me to pay attention to Jared my scene partner in his fullness. With that as well, set life is so exciting. It's so like riveting, and to see you at work and being like, okay, here you go, and like just watching, like seeing the crew, like what happens behind the camera is just like
madness.
Wow, I could sit and watch that. Like put that on, that'd be crazy. Like a camera
just like hiding.
Yeah, like I love set life, and so I'm so excited to get back into the thick of it and watching all the people and the parts and the working parts. It's cliche, but it's a dance in and of itself, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so, the synergy and the organization is beautiful to witness. And yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to that when we come back again. What are you, Madame?
What am I?
Madame Director.
I'm screaming.
Writer, producer. Title.
She's a triple threat.
Triple!
What am I looking forward to on set? Yeah, I think I too. I think like I too. Because we're both sort of like theater animals.
Yes.
Right? There is a sacredness, I think, about the rehearsal. Like, I literally have a podcast plug called In Rehearsal, and there's something about like the rehearsal process that's so sacred to me, that literally is why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Like, product, yes, that's always so rewarding, but when I think about the process that we've already sort of had, like in the different, you know, times that we've worked together, the thing that I cherish the most are always in process. I'm so excited again to expand, dive deeper, like explore even more. Like, that is just like everything to me on the days where we're doing set life, because there is also more moments, because all of a sudden it's wardrobe, it's hair, it's makeup. Now we're on the set, and you know, the body language is a little bit different.
Yeah.
The focus is sharper, or whatever it is. Like, there's more things to discover and more things to use, which is really fun. Like, it's like all so exciting to like I don't know, like staying curious, right? And like paying attention. Like, that's like so exciting. And getting to do that as a group together, and like people that are really sort of like in it.
Yeah.
All of us like are like, okay, we're buying in, we're doing this, we're going on a treasure hunt. Oh, here's a treasure. There's a treasure. There's a treasure. Like, getting to do that with you guys is like, what? A dream. We're really getting paid to do this? Crazy.
If you could sum up Sweeter Blue, I'm gonna say 3 words.
3 words?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet Blue. No, I'm kidding. If I could sum up Sweeter Blue in 3 words, it is close, warm, close, warm, deeper.